So in around 1992, the Johnson and Berlin families changed this from a cattle farm into a sheep dairy. It was very innovative thinking, but they were actually replicating something that's been done throughout Europe for thousands of years. So this is one of our newest employees. We've got about 1,400 employees on the farm, and about 7 of them work in the shop and the factory and the dairy. All of the rest of them started off like this little fella. Beautiful little lamb. One day, this one's actually a little boy, so one day this one might have a very important job in years to come. So each ew's got an electronic gear tag, so when I open up this gate, which I've just done now, it energises the reader panel, and as each ewe goes through, it picks up her individual ewe number and then assigns that to each stall. Come on. So on the dairy we've got over 1,000 ewes. Any time of the year we'll be milking anywhere between about 200 and 500 ewes twice a day. Only takes about 5 minutes to milk a ewe. So with the system we've got here, it takes us probably an hour to do 100 ewes on average. So once the ewes have come into the dairy, we've identified which ewe we're about to hook up. So this one's telling me it's number 633. We can confirm that by the leg tag on a leg. Then we simply press the green button, which activates the pulsation and suction, so you can actually hear that and feel that sucking on. All we do is simply hook it up to the udder. We give the udder just a little massage. Basically what we're trying to do there is imitate what the lamb does. When a lamb comes in to feed, it immediately goes and headbutts the mother's udder to encourage her to let down the milk. After we've gone through and hooked all the ewes up, we'll come back and give them another massage just to encourage that let down again. Fantastic. They keep their udder extremely clean, and the wool and the actual shape of the animal does a great job in keeping the udder extremely clean. So we don't have to wash the udders. If you wash the udders of sheep, it actually increases the amount of infection and possibility of getting contamination. So all we do is give them a light iodine spray on the teat as they go back out to the farm, which protects their teat for about an hour while that udder closes, the teat closes back up. So this is one of our Awassi East Frisian crosses from Grandview Dairy down in Tasmania. So we leave those tails on. They're actually a fat tail sheep, so they've got a beautiful big fat tail. They store fat in that over winter and use it up over summer. So they're a great species for on the island here, where we do have beautiful long dry hot summers. We leave their tails on because that's actually a part of their anatomy and store their fat. So ewes' lactations are anywhere from 5 to 7 months. The amount of milk they give peaks in about the first 2 to 3 months and then steadily drops off. So towards the end of summer and into autumn, their milk production will be dropping right down. So we've got a mixture of girls in here at the moment, some that have been in for almost 6 or 7 months, so their lactation's right at the end and their milk volumes are dropped. And then we've got some like this girl who's almost given us a litre this morning, who has only come in the dairy in the last couple of weeks. We'd expect to get 1 to 1.5 litres each day from her. You can certainly tell the new ewes into the dairy, they've got quite big udders. In the mornings, those udders almost feel as though they're ready to burst, and they need a good massage just to get that letdown of milk happening. So we have a traditional herringbone dairy. All this equipment was imported from Germany, where there's thousands of sheep dairies across Europe. So it's specifically made for sheep. Obviously we only have two cups, whereas cow dairies will have 4 cups. And the actual cups are a lot smaller than you'd see in a cow dairy. We run a 12-a-side herringbone dairy. So each side we have 12 ewes come in. We've got 6 milking plants on each side. So we go along, hook up every second ewe. By the time we've done the other side, it's almost time to come over and swap over to the other 6. So being a dairy in South Australia, we sit underneath the South Australian Dairy Authority. We get inspected once a year and have very stringent quality programs and HACCP programs that cover both the dairy and the factory to make sure that we get the best quality milk and make the safest quality product. Luckily, sheep are extremely clean animals, and the dairy itself is a lot cleaner than what you might find in a cow dairy. The ewes are quite comfortable in the dairy. They don't get too fussed about being milked. Some of them, certainly after they've been in a little while, actually squat down. So as soon as they sense that you're about to hook them up, you actually can see them squat down, which is quite funny. These ones are, with the tail, are one of our Aussie East Friesians. They're amazing things. They've got a totally different personality, very friendly, very placid. They don't mind what you do with them. They love being out with tourists and getting a pat. They love being in the dairy. They're very friendly sheep. It comes into this vat here. This vat holds about 25 litres each, and as soon as it gets up just above this silver line, which it's about to do, it automatically pumps through to our refrigerated vat. So virtually every 25-30 minutes we're pumping that amount of milk through to our refrigerated vat, where it sits stored until we're ready to pass it through to the factory for processing. So once we've finished milking, we gently remove the cups, and then we just give the girls a light iodine spray. It takes anywhere up to an hour for the teat to actually close up when they're going back out into the paddocks, and so this just protects their teat from infection when they're getting back out into the paddock. We don't wash the udders at any stage. Sheep are fantastic in keeping their udders nice and clean and healthy, and if we wash them, it actually takes away a lot of their natural protection and bacteria. So all we do is give them a light spray and they're ready to go. That's great. This girl's given 1.7 litres and still going. This girl might give us 2 litres once she's finished, so we'll just leave her a little bit longer. So her milk flow has stopped and we've just come up short of 2 litres, so that's a fantastic morning's work. Then to let them go, we just open up the feed chutes for them. And then they can walk straight out, head straight back out to the paddock, get back into some food. And we can get the dairy ready for the next 24. So every time the girls come in the dairy, they get a free feed. for a number of reasons. One, their nutritional demands when they're lactating is huge, so we have to keep that feed up to try and replenish the energy that they're using up producing milk. And secondly too, while they're in the dairy, if they're eating, they're far less likely to want to go to the toilet, if you like. So it's a way of actually taking their minds off things, allows us to get on with milking without that problem. So to get the grain in from outside in the most practical way, we've got an automatic system, button feed system that pulls the grain from outside, and all they have to do is press this button and you can hear the grain dropping into the feed trough there. We then just push this lever and that brings the head bales down so that the feed's in front of them and the sheep can walk into it. To refill that system, we simply press this button and that just pulls the grain around and refills the chutes. So at the end of each milking, we just hook up the cups into the automatic wash line. They create a suction in there. Then we simply turn the whole milking plant into a wash sequence which runs 95 degrees water and cleaning chemical through the whole system a number of times, gives a full flush of the system, all ready for the next milking. So this button just turns each unit into wash cycle rather than milking cycle. All done.